Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to part 2 of your weekly reading for the week of January 17th. Again, this is part 1. We've already done all this, and the link for this reading is in the comments down below. So you can find a link to the part 1 if you haven't watched already down below. But we're going to clarify through, and we're just going to see what comes up. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, in this row, you have this card, the Raven Spirit, and the Raven says news. So you have several cards here that actually could represent news. We talked about this in the first reading. Now you have the Ace of Pentacles, which can represent news. Actually, in some traditional reading systems, before tarot, believe it or not, there were other fortune-telling systems, and like the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Diamonds in the playing card reading system, for example, is sometimes called the letter, and it can just represent news. Ace of Pentacles can be read as news coming in for you as well. So I would say that this news is an opportunity. Coming up with the Ace of Swords could represent something keeping, the Eight of Swords, sorry, something keeping you stuck. Right away, jumped in my head in here, is that the Chariot could say that what's holding you back is your past. The Chariot, on the Chariot card, the Sphinxes right here, they are holding on to their tails. It's kind of hard to see. But they have their tails in their hands, and it says that the Sphinxes, which represent mysteries, which we talked about in the first reading, they have a good handle on their past. But in a reading, it can also say that something from the past is maybe kind of the reason you're not progressing or you're not moving forward, so it might be a good time to let go of the past. With the Hangman, what do you know? High Priestess. I was literally going on and on and on about the High Priestess in your first reading. Again, something is entering into your awareness. It's a mystery. I'm wondering if it's the news or you're receiving news maybe from your intuition or from your guides or your dreams, right? And so it's like something's entering into your awareness. I was saying in your first reading with the Moon card, it's like you're going to have to sit with this or explore it. I feel like the Moon is saying explore a mystery, something that comes into your life. The High Priestess says, what's behind the veil? What is behind, sorry, I can't get my hands right. What is behind this right here on the card? And you have to figure that out for yourself. You have to go on the journey with the High Priestess. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces as well. With the Hierophant, you have the Justice card. It's like things are balancing out. Justice is a very important cause and effect. Energy is going to be very important for you. We talked about this with the Six of Pentacles as well. Putting energy into something, what do you get back from the situation? It's going to be very important to that you enter into situations where you're at least getting the same amount of energy out as you put in, if not more, is what I would say. So make sure to do that with the Justice card. That's all I'm getting on the Justice card. With the Emperor, you have the Emperor. Just basically the universe saying I meant what I said. So for a lot of you, I do believe this is talking about taking action. I also do feel this could be a person that's coming into your life. It could be an Aries, could be a Pisces. Pisces and Aries jump out to me here. Could be any sign, general reading, right? But clearly, it's a person who's very busy. So, that pops into my head. I feel like this person's always ready to go. With the Chariot, you have the Three of Wands. I do see a lot of you moving potentially. So, Virgo, you always get these moving cards, and Three of Wands definitely could be moving. Three of Wands also like waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment. So I feel if there's anything that you've ever wanted to do in your life in general, it is definitely time for you to take action. For like years, you've been getting the Fool in like every single reading that I do for you, except it doesn't show up here yet. It might show up. And the Fool is like saying it's time to take a leap of faith. Three of Wands like waiting for your ships to come in. But, Three of Wands says if you're waiting for the perfect moment to move towards a situation or to do something, there never will be a perfect moment. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Moon. Again, I would say I feel like you need to realize that you are capable of doing a lot more than you think with this card, Virgo, because the Five of Pentacles is like calling attention to your weaknesses. The Moon is a card of fears, but the Moon doesn't say stop. As I always say, there is a straight path down the middle of the Moon card. The Moon says do not allow your emotions to get the best of you, but it also says keep moving down the path. Keep moving towards success or abundance or whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And again, when in doubt, Justice card. You have the Justice card, the Six of Pentacles on both sides of the Moon. The Justice card just says put energy in. If you get energy back, keep moving forward. If something doesn't work, stop, change it, and then put energy in and keep moving forward. The reading itself, Eight of Swords. And again, like I said, pretty much every single sign I've done reading for this week has said the same thing. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords says if one thing doesn't work, keep moving in that direction, but just try something else. So, I feel like for a lot of you, it's just saying try new things in your life to be successful. With this Nine of Pentacles here, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. Five of Wands, basically is my card I call Indiana Jones, because it can represent going on some sort of crazy adventure to get treasure. They're not like fighting on this card. They're learning how to fight. Those people that you see there on this card. So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying that you're not really fighting. I feel like you are learning how to fight. Or you're like training, it's really, fighting really isn't the right word. They're really just learning how to deal with things in life. And that's what I feel like you need to do here. I do feel like you could be a little bit conflicted. And really what I feel like this combination is saying, Nine of Pentacles could say you actually have more to give to a situation than you realize. So it's like, you might have love come up, an opportunity for love with the Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is being conflicted in like saying, do I have enough to give to this situation, or should I give to this situation, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with like work or business, take it how it resonates. But the Nine of Pentacles might say you actually have more to give to a situation, not less. With the Three of Cups, you have the Hangman. So Hangman twice in your reading. You have, like I said, you have every single Pisces card twice. Hangman, or no, except for the High Priestess. Hangman twice, the Moon twice so far. So it could be a Pisces that some of you are dealing with. Again, for most of you, I really just feel it's not talking about a person. I feel this energy is more talking about sitting with a mystery, like we said in the first reading, where it's kind of like you're experiencing these mysteries, or, something is entering into your awareness. You're becoming aware of a possibility in your life. This reminds me of like when you say something. I don't know if you've ever had one of those moments in your life, Virgo, where you're like, you start joking about doing something like, oh, I'm going to go move to this location. I'm going to move to another country. I'm going to start a business. It starts out as a joke, but then it becomes serious. That's the vibes that this reading is giving to me. Is like something is starting as maybe not very serious, and it's becoming more and more serious as the days go on. And maybe it's part of your destiny. Again, I think that some of these things are not jokes for a reason. It's like, I always tell people, it's like, my brother and I, we moved to Seattle. And before we moved there, we just took a trip out there, and we were like, oh, let's move here. And within like 8 months or 6 months or something like that, we were living there, right? And so it's like we made that decision like kind of as a joke, like right away, and then we actually did it. So, and it was a great experience, great place to live, right? So, what I would say here is that, it can happen. You can be joking about something, and within a matter of months, you can actually be living it. And that's what this is looking like, is like, this is giving me those vibes of something that kind of starts not serious, becoming very serious. I hope that makes sense. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the World. Again, moving. For some of you, it could be a move, but for others, the World can just represent a goal, wish, or a dream. It is just you kind of like accomplishing something. The World is the accomplishment. It is the achievement of the goal. On a very simple level, the World just represents achieving a goal, or, kind of like completion. With the Moon, you have the Five of Pentacles. How freaking crazy is that? Five of Pentacles, Moon. Five of Pentacles, Moon. Are you kidding me? I don't think I've ever had that happen in a reading where it's like the combination is exactly the same. So do not call attention to your weaknesses. Focus on what you do have, because you clearly have plenty. Nine of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles also says, it's like kind of like the vibes that this is giving me as well. Is it's like you might be worried about making a mistake. But the Five of Pentacles, there is a church on the Five of Pentacles. I'll show you right now. This stained glass window is a church. It represents a place of sanctuary. The Moon is like the fears. It's like clearly something's entering to your awareness, like a joke, an idea, a plan, a goal, but maybe it's not starting out as serious. And the Moon could be the worries and the fears of, if I go down this path, what happens if it fails? What happens if things don't work? Well, what if? Who cares? Five of Pentacles says you will be safe. You will be protected. There's a place of sanctuary. With the Six of Swords, you have the Hierophant. This is a crazy-ass reading, is what I'm going to say to you. You have the Hierophant twice showing up here. All these repeating cards. Emperor, Hangman, the Moon, Five of Pentacles, pretty crazy is what I would say here. But the Emperor is like, this is a learning experience. The Emperor is also a card of graduation. Again, it's a card of mastery, but it's a card of like needing to be initiated into mastery. I also said in your first reading that the Hierophant and the Six of Swords are like a rite of passage. And again, you have both of them together over here. So this is clearly some sort of rite of passage that you are going through. It's like I always tell people, this also reminds me, I don't really have a good example of what this reminds me of, except for YouTube. It's like, I always get comments from like other readers and stuff like that want to know like, how do you, like, I've had them, message me privately and stuff like that. They're like, and even people who want to start channels, and they're like, should I leave comments on? Should I leave comments off? I'm worried about what people will say and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, here's the thing, is it's like people who are like at the top, who have millions of subscribers, do you think they worry about comments? Do you think they worry about what other people say? I would say absolutely not. They don't care. That's what this is reminding me of. It's like saying, this is almost saying to me, there's like a certain energy of what you want. There's like a certain type of person that has what you want. And you have to do the things that those people do, right? To be able to step into that energy. So like if it's YouTube, you have to not worry about comments. You just have to crank out videos and all that other stuff. If it's love, there are certain things that people who have true love do, right? And I feel like the type of rite of passage you're going through is more the Hierophant rite of passage. Hierophant rite of passage is going through stages. You start off in initiation, you go to apprenticeship and then mastery with the Hierophant. I feel like you're getting to the last stage. Again, you and Pisces, you have very similar readings. So again, if you have Pisces in your chart, I would definitely watch it for sure. Like, if you have major Pisces energy, I would say, because again, very, very similar readings. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Magician. I'm almost positive that Pisces also ended with the Magician. Your words are extremely powerful at this time. You are creating your own reality. He is also pointing to this card right here. So we're going to pull this card. And this card says Bison. This card says ritual on it. So it could represent some sort of ritual. But I'm kind of feeling like this is more of like a practice. It's like saying if you have some sort of daily practice to become successful, it'll probably make you more successful. So I'd be like working on things, I would be working towards your goals every single day. And I feel like that will make you successful. The Magician really asks you to focus on joy and happiness as well. He has these flowers in front of him on the card here, Virgo. And those flowers represent joy and happiness. And I'm also noticing it here on this card, on this Venus card. Look at that. All those flowers and stuff, whatever all this other stuff is, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. It looks nice though, right? That's all that matters. So I would be focusing on happiness, joy, all those other things, because that's how you're going to attract everything you want. Pretty crazy reading is what I'm going to say to you, but I like it. So thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.